G'day folks, Monday Night Live 73, here we are again, good fun, hello all, Matty's here, Wayne, Greg's here, Matt, lots and lots of people, so hello all. I'm a bit disorganised tonight as always, so that's good. I've spent a few days out in the lease getting things organised for the new weekend coming up. It's cold everywhere, so we've got the fire going in the background. So, Lynn and Nick and Scott, stacks and stacks of people here already. So, hello all. I have got stuff everywhere here, so without trying to kill. Super chat for Trevor. G'day Trevor on YouTube. How are you, mate? Thanks for the super chat. Trevor is, of course, Team XP. So, yes. So James is here, and Kylie, and Nikki, and Ian, Matt, Dotty Bag, Lisa's here. Cleggy is not on the fire. He's lurking somewhere here. So tonight's show's about magnet fishing. But before we get there, there's always something else, isn't there, with me? So before we get there, I have put up today, and of course, we've got tonight's, after the show, gold panning thing. We've got a bit of fun over there. We've got the tubs all set up, ready to go. So you've got those people that bought a pay dirt have got to pick a colour, because I've put some bonuses in there for everyone. So, but we'll get to that straight after the show. Yes. So, Timothy, Brendan, Brad, Scott, Richard, lots and lots of people here. So, before we get to magnet fishing, let me clear that off. So, Golden Spur Mining, okay? We're opening the lease this weekend, the following week, and the following weekend as a bit of a starter, just to see how things go. It's very, very cold. It's very, very dry, so it's very, very dusty out there. But if you go to Golden Spur Mining, that's the website you'll end up at. I've put a link in the description right at the top. So it is open and just about ready to rock and roll. Now, I've made a decision this afternoon in that it will only be open specific weekends. So it won't be open all the time. It's ready to go. We tested all the payment gateways and stuff this afternoon, so it should be all ready to go. So on that page there is detecting and non-detecting for all three time frames. So if you want to bring your partner out and they're not a detectorist, that's fine. They can be your pick fairy, and it's of course at a reduced rate. It's just what the insurance is going to cost me, I reckon. So yes, so that's there. So what we will be doing is at some stage we will be going to give away a couple of weekends out there. So that will be heaps of fun. But yeah. Okay, so as Hobos Gold just mentioned, spoilt my surprise. I've got actually a couple of announcements from that relate to Hobo. So first thing is he spilt the bucket. GemQ got to 10,000. I'm just looking at it on the other screen here. He's at 10,003. So so 10,003. So well done to GemQ. He's just only today clicked over. I haven't had a look at Hobo, how Hobo's going. He's almost at 9,700, so he's got 300 to go. So get on to Hobo's channel if you haven't already subscribed, and subscribe to him. And while you're at it, subscribe to this channel or like this Facebook page. So, yeah. The Rock Wallaby's here. G'day, mate. How are you? Now, there's a problem with Cleggy's feed here. It's coming up with his advertising, as always. Bloody, yeah. Ordinary, Cleggy, ordinary. Yeah, it was very, very cold out there. So, yeah, it like the -1, -2. So that's why I got the fire going in the background. That's the fire from the lease on the weekend. So there's Cleggy. So the big news is that for these 3 trips that we've organised out there, you'll have the pleasure of my company for most of the time and Cleggy's company for most of the time. So there is always someone out there that will help you out. Probably also I'm having a chat to Donnie tomorrow. We'll see what he's up to tomorrow. So we could have it could be a few people out there. So involved in that is camping, detecting. You keep all the golds you find. If you find a 10 ouncer, I'll cry, but you keep it. And of course, whoever's out there, Cleggy, myself, Donnie, whoever's out there, Dustin, whoever happens to be out there, we're around to help you out. We're not going to be doing too much, so we're out there to help you out. So happy days, guys. So if you want to get on, feel free. Yeah, so I also... Oh, I didn't load it. I'll have to load this photo. I also took I took a couple of photos while I was out there, and it's just spectacular out there. Have a look at this one if I can get it up quickly. Let me get rid of me because, yeah, you don't want to see me in this one. But have a look at this photo here. That's crystal clear night out on the lease. Moon's out, pointing up at the trees, of course. So, yeah, and that's what it's like. Sitting around the campfire, you look up, the stars are all there. It's spectacular. So, yes. Yeah. Now, we will be doing more stuff with the lease, but at the moment, we're just... we're just doing we're just starting off nice and slow. So we'll see what ends up happening out there. So right, Doug's here, Donnie's here. G'day, Donnie. Rodney's here. G'day, Rodney. Aussie Gold Prospectors here. Lots of people there on Facebook. Lots on YouTube too. That's the star of Cleggy. Yes, I think it could be. So yeah, no, it's a moon actually. It's Cleggy's moon. We might call it that. So yeah. Tony asks, and it's quite embarrassing actually. Tony asks, "Where's the Eureka flag out there?" Currently, there's no Eureka flags out there, which will change very, very shortly. The problem is that the supplier I get them off is out of stock of them, so I haven't got one at the shop and I haven't got one at the lease at the moment. So we've got the Australia flag out in the lease, but yes. Okay, so yes. Okay, so Metal Lieutenant Country New South Wales is here, so well done. Make sure we get on to Hobo's Gold, but let's get started on... So tonight's prize, I have to be careful with these because I've got them stuck in places. I shouldn't get them stuck. Tonight's prize is a magnet fishing magnet set up, ready to go. Not too much setup needed on them, of course. But so this is tonight's prize. So we're going to combine Facebook and the YouTube and give away one prize. This will actually lift 116 kilos. So it is a phenomenal magnet. So there are bigger ones that we're currently. I've got one bigger one, but we're currently out of stock of the big size. So yeah. So magnet fishing magnet. Let's get straight onto it. Let's do that. Let me scroll down for these comments. I'm only about I don't know 50 or 60 comments behind. So yes. So let's talk about magnet fishing, okay? And magnet fishing, a lot of people think it's basically fishing throwing a magnet into water, right, and seeing what's in the water. But I like to think of magnet fishing is a little bit broader than that, and getting into places you can't go, right, or it's very hard to go. So magnet fishing in the water, obviously, it's harder to go, but I also think of quite a lot of places out in the goldfields and things like that. So an old townships, abandoned townships, that sort of thing. So what is it? It's basically a very, very strong magnet. You really need to be careful with these magnets. You don't want to get them stuck together. They vary in size. 116 is about a middle size. There's little small ones at 60 kilos. Now, that's not a big magnet, but that'll lift 60 kilos. And then I've got to put them on the floor because it gets stuck to everything, and I'll wipe my hard drives or something stupid will go on. That's a 150 kilo one. A little bit more packing around that just so it doesn't get stuck properly. So, very, very strong magnet. These weights, okay, are based on the magnet being flat against the piece of metal that you're trying to pull out, okay? So, if the magnet isn't flat, you won't get that sort of pull. That's why people go to these bigger magnets, because you virtually never get that big giant pull on them. So that's a little bit of a trick too. If you're not looking at, if you're looking at the size and thinking, I don't want to pull something 300 kilos out of the water. It's not about that. It's about something sitting on an angle like that. Will it pick it up, sort of thing. So, and then neodymium magnets. I can never say that word, so people will correct me and criticise me. So, yeah. So that it does discriminate against gold hobo. Gold's, of course, not magnetic, so you can't use that for gold, of course. So any magnet will work, but these magnets, these really good quality magnets, are actually quite small in size for their output. So people talk about welding magnets and all sorts of things. Absolutely, they will work. So the prices of these vary. Now, I do what I always do with this sort of stuff. I test a whole stack of stuff. Oh no. And try and get the best gear, sort of thing. So the 60 kilo one's $89, 125, and 169 for the 150 kilo one. So you can use any magnet, but you are best to get these really strong ones in a small size, sort of thing. So, I've done it again. Yes, Trevor's right. Trevor's come to my rescue. We're calling them rare earth magnets. So, absolutely rare earth magnets. Okay, so the magnet's one part. The rope is probably just as important. Some people just bang any rope on it. However, what you need is a rope that is highly abrasion resistant. Okay, so it'll be dragging across rocks and all that sort of thing. On my magnet, I've got a bit of electrical tape around that bit of it from the magnet up, just to stop that abrasion a little bit, and it wears out, and I keep putting it on, and yeah, happy days. But the rope needs to have a little bit of stretch in it. So you don't want a rope that's a dead pull, because what happens is that will get snagged up, and you can use that elasticity in the rope to pull the magnet out. So that's an important bit when we talk about the rope. So, Cleggy, what if they snap shut on his head? I'm very concerned about these magnets, to be honest with you. I did a show once, and I think it was the Redcliffe Camping Caravan show, and I took these magnets up, and I accidentally stuck this to the end of a pick. It was actually what we call, there's a death magnet, which is 300 kilos lift, and it took three of us about an hour to get it off the pick. You don't want to get this stuck to the car. So, okay. I've also, Mick's reminded me here. I was speaking to Hobo's Gold YouTube channel today, and the furnaces that he's making that we use for the live gold pour, we're selling in the shop. So they'll be about $250. They will be available in the next week or so. So we're really, really looking forward. And I think we might give a furnace away on the show. Anyone interested in a gold furnace, we might give one away on the show when we get them up here. So, yeah. Greg's saying heat magnets to get them unstuck. Yes, we didn't have anything to heat them with. Luke says slide them, don't pull them off. Yes, Luke, I don't think you understand how powerful these are. We could not slide this magnet off the pick. So, yes, it's a proper magnet. So, there's a good one. Ronnie's Treasure Hunting has an anchor rope with a stainless steel eyelet, which is a perfect situation because the anchor rope's got a bit of stretch in it, and shackled to the eye of the magnet. The magnet is 550 kilo pull force, made in Russia. That's a proper magnet. You get that stuck to the bonnet of your car, you are in trouble. Yeah, you might have a permanent hood magnet. So unless you heat it up or slide it across the bonnet of your car to get it off. So, and yes. Okay. Mike's here. Get a pencil and draw them off. I don't quite understand what that means, Trev, but yes. So it won't be a full kit for $250. I believe it comes with just the furnace. You've still got to buy the MAP gas bottles and the guns. So, but all that information will be supplied with it, sort of thing. So, yeah, absolutely. It's $250, and you're still going to buy the MAP gas bottles and the gas output nozzles. So, but they are very, very, they're a very good quality unit. The electric ones are very slow in comparison to these. So, yeah. Okay. So, people are talking. You have to be careful with people with metal plates in their head. Well, normally they use aluminium. I don't know, but yes, that you wouldn't want to get it stuck to your head if you had a plate in your head, would you? That'd muck you up. That'd be real trouble. So, right. Okay. So, let's talk about ropes. So, these ropes, the magnets that we do come with about a 50-foot rope. The problem with that is that's pretty good for shallow water, but I can throw that magnet a lot further than 50 feet. Okay, so I would put twice that 100 feet on it, particularly if like I do, is I drop it down wells and mine shafts and all sorts of things. So yeah. So we are going to do gold molds as well. I haven't actually talked to Hobo about that. Yes. So I need to talk to Hobo about that, and I may get some myself or yeah. So Lawrence is here. Daniel, Derek, David and Lindy are here. Diggers down under the comic. Chef is here. G'day, mate. Linda, Andrew, James, CQ Detectorist is in the house. Yeah. So those forges, I'll get it down in a minute. It's up there. So just to show you what it actually comes with. Okay. So we talked about the rope for magnet fishing. And really, it's basically all you need to take with you. You know, you need a bucket, and you could take something to clean it with, like a scrubbing brush or something like that. But really, the only thing that I would wear, and I do wear, is a set of decent gloves. Okay, so you're pulling a rope pretty hard that can become stuck and wedged under all sorts of stuff. You're also pulling out of the water bits of rusty metal. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah. Yeah. So gloves are probably a must when you're magnet fishing, particularly in old areas. So, pardon me, excuse me. Okay, so Hobo's Gold's just mentioned his YouTube channel here. If you want to look at the furnace, I think we were on. I think it might have been three or four shows ago. We did the live pour. I think it was just on YouTube. Let me just have a look here. I'll pull it up for you. But Hobo's got a stack of information on it about. It was Monday Night Live 69 with Hobo, and we did a live pour on the show. So, Lisa, I haven't got any footage of me doing any magnet fishing. I normally take the young bloke in the dinghy, and we go and try a little bit. So, I haven't got any footage. I'm going to have to. Go and get some footage for the next show. So, yeah. So it was Monday Night Live 69 with the live gold pour. You'll see the furnace in action. You'll see us melt a bit of gold and pour it in a mould. So we'll have them here, but there's a stack of information on Hobo's channel. And while you're there, subscribe to that channel because we've got 300 odd to go to his 10,000. So, yes. So, yep. Right, so there was a couple of people that want to say hello here. Pasco Prospecting is here. G'day, Donny. Metal Detecting Country, New South Wales. I don't know whether I've said hello to you before. Maverick's here. All good guys. Gem Q, that's amazing. You get to 10,000. Well done, mate. It's really appreciated. So, yeah. Yeah, Hobo did a gold pour yesterday with Gem Q. Is that on a channel sort of thing? So, yeah. So, it's already up on Hobo's channel there. Not on Hobo, Gem Q's. Is it on Hobo's as well? I don't know. Is it on your channel too, Johnny? No, I think the last one was Thunderbird egg hunting. That sounds like fun. So, but it's definitely over on Gem Q's channel. So, right. Yeah, it was the Monday. It was Monday Night Live 69 if you want to watch it sort of thing. So these ropes are about 50 feet long. I reckon you need 100 feet if you'll get really, really serious with it. So let's talk about, as with most of these things, it's really about where you go magnet fishing. So that's the trick with it. So let's just get rid of me here quickly. So this is the sort of range of magnets that we do normally in the shop. We're a bit light on them at the moment because after last week when I announced the show, we've sold a fair few this week. So we do a stack of different magnets, stack of different colours. They're about 50 feet long. We do them all the way from about a 60 kilo lift to about a 300 kilo lift. But I am going to go and look and see if we can buy from this supplier these 550 kilo ones. They would be wicked. So where do you go? Okay, and it's like researching for relics. However, this is one of my little favourite haunts. Not actually this shaft, but mine shafts. It's amazing what's at the bottom of a mine shaft. Nikki asked what my best find with a magnet is. I've actually pulled out an old shovel out of a mine shaft. It actually sits up in the shed at home. But I don't do it. Some of these guys get into magnet fishing like you'd get into detecting, and they go out every opportunity they do, and it's a good I think a good thing to do with metal detecting, because as you come across an old shaft, you think, oh, I'll go and get the magnet out of the car and throw it down there and see what's in the bottom of the shaft, because a lot of this stuff hasn't been done. Of course, I say to everyone, you've got to be very, very careful around these mine shafts, and you've got to be safe, sort of thing. Old wells is another one that very, very few people actually do it in Australia. It's quite a rare thing. So yeah. But mine shafts, old wells are great. And I mean, virtually every place has this sort of history behind it. You can even just go straight to places like this picture could be replicated in every city in Australia just about. So you can there is creeks and rivers flowing through everywhere in Australia. So the advantage of that is a lot of these creeks, when we go back 100 years, were the centres of the town. Everyone would go and picnic there. Everyone would go and swim there. You've got to research these areas really, really thoroughly, because they're back at the turn of the century. This was no TV, no going to the cinema. You're out and about doing loads and loads of different things. So you're outdoors. So these are great areas to try. So Murray River Hume Dam is low right now. It'd be a good place to go. A lot of the dams are great places to go. So you like Leslie Dam out at Warwick. It's at like 4% or something at the moment. I'm not sure whether it's had any rain since then, but I don't think so. David asks, is there any, do you need a permit or a fossicking permit or anything like that? Absolutely not. There's no restriction on it. I think you could, the really polite thing to do would be to avoid no fishing areas, because the whole point of no fishing areas, you're throwing a magnet, you're pulling stuff up on the bank. So that would be so a lot of people are saying shopping trolleys. Yeah, you will find some shopping trolleys, but you'd be surprised how few there actually are. Um, so yeah, it would be it's actually, and when you do some research and go into old places like this is what you're actually looking for relic hunting. If you can find the old, before the bridges were built, a lot of these ferry crossings, it'll be fantastic detecting around the ferry crossing, and B, where that ferry runs across, particularly where they load and unload, they are. It would be a red hot spot. So yeah. G'day, Roger. Yeah. Oh, Matty makes a good point. Aldi trolleys are $2. You get the $2 coin out of it. So, but yeah. Gem Q makes, imagine the stuff under the Princess Bridge in Melbourne, apart from U bikes, there'd be stacks of them. So you don't need a permit, as far as I'm aware, anywhere in Australia. It's a very, very small amount of people that actually do this. So it's like metal detecting 40 years ago. No one really does it. So all of these ferry crossings would be fantastic. So and then a lot of the modern finds, you think about, if you're a criminal and had to ditch something, where would you ditch it? You know, what water body would you throw it in? I mean, that's a fantastic area to start looking. So here's this same ferry crossing earlier on, sort of thing. So that was the ferry crossing of the Logan River, I believe, between Brisbane and the Gold Coast. So now, of course, magnet fishing. Let me just. It's getting a bit cold in here. We'll put the fire back, I think. So magnet fishing, of course, in the UK, well, in Europe, because they've got longer history, and America because they got longer history, and there was wars fought there. Of course, they're going to find a lot older gear, a lot cooler stuff. There's a lot of, Civil War era stuff that the Americans find. It's fantastic stuff. But there's a lot of history in Australia too. World War II sites that have an old well or a creek next to them, all that sort of stuff. That's a fantastic place to try. So, yeah. Oh, Peter's got the winner, I think, here. There's a steam train under the Grafton Bridge on the riverbed. Geez, you'd need more than a 500 kilo magnet for that one, Peter. So Anthony's here. G'day, Anthony. Nadia's here. So lots and lots of people here. Andrew's very, very harsh. First thing I'd do with one of those magnets is throw it in the box with my kids' Xbox games and wipe the lot. Well, at least then they'd have a magnet to go and play with out in the creek. So, Ben, has anyone ever tried towing one behind a boat moving slow in a place like Port Phillip Bay and so on? I've towed, I don't know, but I've towed it very, very slowly behind my dinghy. Well, I towed my first one very, very slowly behind my dinghy, and it got hooked up on something, and I lost it. So I couldn't get it out. so I had to sort of abandon it, and I ended up breaking the rope down at the magnet. So there is one on the Broadwater there. If you've got if you come across it magnet fishing, you know who it belongs to. So but yeah, so there's lots and lots of places. If you travel, magnet fishing is huge in Europe. So yeah. So right, so don't forget, you only need to comment once to win tonight's prize. It's a 116 kilo magnet and rope. We'll get it out to you in the mail. It will go tomorrow. So all you need to do is make one comment either on YouTube or on Facebook. While I think about it, let me grab this furnace. I'll be back in a minute and show you these furnaces. So here's the little furnace. Let me pull it out again. We'll have these in stock shortly. So you get a little, here's the furnace with the lid. You can't see that. I'll have to hold it up. There's the furnace with the lid. Of course, a smaller spot on the top. The two torches go in the side hole here. You can work it with one torch. It works a lot better with two. You get a little, as long as I don't break it. Yep, so you get a whole stack of gear here with it. So, but they will be coming up on our website and in the shop very, very shortly. There you can see demos on Monday Night Live 69 or Hobo's channel, Hobo Gold, or Gem Q's just done a live pour. So they will be available very, very soon. For those that came late, the lease is going to be open from this weekend. So yes, so if you want to go out there, there is some pay dirt available on that site. There is also detecting trips and non-detecting trips. So yeah, yeah, fantastic. So okay, so oh, Matty, come on, give me a break here. I get wound up. Matty's giving me stick about the ratio of the amount of times I pick the cup up and the amount of times I oversip. Well, yeah. So there you go, Matty. Right, so people asking where the lease is. It's 3 hours west of Brisbane. It's an hour west of Warwick-ish. Yeah, and that's what that's what it looks like out there. That's what it looked like on Friday night anyway, sort of thing, when I was mucking around with the camera. So the fire is still going. We've got the fire going here. Cleggy's chief fire stoker. So yeah. Okay. Is that pay dirt coffee? No, this is my nighttime coffee. This is so yeah. Yeah, the fire's going really well. We mucked around with the camera out there a lot on the weekend and had a stack of fun. It was pretty cold out there, so if you do want to come out, feel free. But I tell you, she was -1 there last night, this morning, and yeah, she was blowing a gale. It felt like about -15. So yeah, Cleggy's not a bad camp oven cook. In best camp oven cook in Carrara. So yeah, so oh come on! I lifted my cup. Here we go. Yes, one thing I should mention is you can get the caravan in there. You do have to take it pretty slow, but you can get the caravan in the lease. Yeah. All right, Matty saw the picture of the Frosty tractor that I put up on the Facebook page. Now, The Frosty Tractor. I got into it. A lot of people gave me stick about the Frosty Tractor and telling me it was such a waste of water and rah 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 rah. Just to be clear, I didn't take the photo of the Frosty Tractor. It's on our Facebook page, I think. But yeah, I didn't take the picture of the Frosty Tractor. So people get so sensitive about a whole stack of things, and that was one thing that people got very, very upset about. They got stuck into me about wasting water in a drought and all this business. So I'll see if I can find the picture here. So it was pretty cold. So yeah. Now, if you do come to the lease, you've got to be self-sufficient with food, water. Okay, there's a campfire, there's a camp kitchen there, there's a hot water shower and a flushing toilet. So you've got pretty good creature comforts there, but it's but you need to be pretty self-sufficient with food and water and that sort of thing. Yeah, so Cleggy's not going to cook for everyone, that's for sure. I reckon he'll struggle to cook for me, to be honest with you. So, yeah. So, but yeah, you can get a caravan in there. I'll see if I can find this picture of the. The Frosty caravan. So, yeah. Oh, everyone's yeah. So the place to book. I put this up at the beginning of the show, but I will copy it and put it there. That's it there, guys. That's the link there for Golden Spur Mining. That's the place to book. We're just trying to control it all in one spot. A lot of people have rung me up as well and said, "Oh, we're coming through on the 12th and 14th of November. Can we do something then?" And it's just not going to work out. It's not going to work out that way. We just can't. Yeah. It's not going to work out that way. So you have to be in. You have to be on the specific day. So I don't think I can find that photo of the Frosty Tractor. I think I've gone past it. I can't remember where it is, to be honest with you. So, but it was a tractor covered up with ice. So yeah. So yeah, that's the place to do it. I'll put that link up a little bit later. Every time I swing a detector out there, I'm finding a piece of gold, and not big gold by any stretch of the imagination. I might. I haven't even got a piece here, but like 0.2s, 0.3s, 0.4s, that seems to be the standard size out there. There will be there is bigger pieces out there. They found up to 3 ounce pieces out there, so it's out there. It's just a matter of where it is, and do we need to, like, how far do we have to dig with it? So yeah, that's the thing with it. So it's the place where you can bring a high bank, you can run a pump, you can do whatever. You will need to refill holes. You will need to if you do any raking, you scratch the leaves back over the top. So it's very important that we do that sort of thing to keep the place looking really, really nice. So yeah. So yeah. What detector am I using? I'm using ORX. Out in the lease, I'm using ORX. I'm using ATX, Garrett ATX, and I have just started to use a 7000, although it's driving me insane at the moment. But but the 7000 is actually for what we're doing is probably a little bit of overkill out there. So yeah. So that's the lease. I can't find that picture of the Frosty. I think it's on my phone. So I'm sure it's on my phone now. I'm looking at it. So, but yeah, right. So all directions will be sent to you once you're. So all directions, you'll have a very, very clear way into the lease. It's very easy to find, no troubles at all. So when you decide to come out, yeah, you'll find it no trouble at all. So we don't have powered sites. There is we do run a generator to, we do have a generator that we run in the afternoon to run the shower. Yeah, so it'll be, so for charging and that sort of thing, that's not an issue. But for charging machines and phones and all that sort of thing, there's no phone system out there. There's no phone reception out there. So, yeah, so you've got to be careful. So, do I have a map of the lease? Well, I do have a map of the lease. It's a pretty hand-drawn one. So, yeah. Yeah, no power, no creature comforts. Well, there's a campfire, running water, flushing toilet, hot shower. That does me. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's the lease. So has anyone got any questions on the what are we doing? Magnet fishing. There is a pub down the road. Yes, we're going to. So people are asking about the pay dirt. So what we're going to do is, this is the pay dirt buckets. There's 5 people bought pay dirt buckets. So for me to pan off, there was a little bit of confusion with a couple. But so what we're actually going to do is we're going to in about 10 minutes time, we're going to stop, and I'm just going to get this all set up. I'm going to then give people the choice of colour. Okay, so we've got 2 people with $25 bags and 3 people with $69 bags. But I have upgraded each of those. So, for instance, the green and the blue buckets, right, are the $25 bags. People pay $25 bags. One's got a $25 bag in it, and one's got a $69 bag in it, right? So you've got a really good chance of getting an instant upgrade there. And then for the $69 bags, the 3 people bought the $69 bags, right? One of those buckets there is actually a $129 bag. So, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. So we're going to stream it live. we're going to stop this shortly. Greg's worked out my back orders there. Good work, Greg. Yeah, Garrett's having a price rise. So there's been a huge rush on some of those Garrett machines. Yeah, I'm glad no one can really read what's on the back orders, and that's probably not real good. But anyway, yeah, Garrett's had a huge rush on their gear because it's really their price rise is going up 10%. So yeah, so we've yeah. Right, so, okay, so why don't we, with the fire here, we might get a Big Ted's just been fighting a chest infection. Get well, fella. Yeah. So we're going to pull it up here. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to come back on both Facebook and YouTube with the And this idea came about with the pearl parties. So we're having a gold party or a panning party. I think someone, so yeah, we're going to have a bit of a pearl party here. We've got 3 people with the bigger bags and 2 with the smaller bags. We're going to pan them off live. I've actually got to go and put water in each of those buckets. And then what happens is we will then package up the gold in a gold vial. We'll put the dirt back in the bag and we'll send it out to you. So you get, yeah. So, yeah. Maddie says some of them, yes, some will have more than retail value. Some will have less than retail value. That's, yeah. Yep. Right, so we just, so Bianca's a bit confused. So let's tidy up the magnet fishing. Let's find the winner of the magnet fishing. Okay, so what was Bianca saying there before? Yes. So Ian, yes, you can take a caravan onto the lease. Absolutely. Caleb, you do not get gold. You do not get any pay dirt without gold in it. You will get a minimum quantity of gold. So yeah. So right. So let's draw this last opportunity to get on the go in the draw to win this. All you need to do is make a comment all you need to do is make a comment on both. So let me just combine these. It's guys are talking about caravans on the lease. Yes, you can get a caravan, no trouble at all. We'll put you in a spot that's a drive-through spot. It's not an issue at all. You just have to take it easy with the caravan. That's all. There's a couple of where they push the road up. It's not an issue. We've had caravans out there, so it's not a big issue at all. So, yeah. Okay, so let's draw this thing. I'll just combine these two here. Oh, there's the Young Guns. G'day, Young Guns. Haven't seen you in ages. Haven't heard from you in a while. Right, let me just combine this. Okay, so tonight's winner is on YouTube. Sorry, Facebook. Ron Haining. Ron, can you please contact me, mate? I've got to get this out to you. I have no real way to contact you on Facebook, but congratulations, bud. You won a magnet fishing magnet. So congratulations, Ron. So that's all good. Right, guys. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a little brief break. And we're going to, I'm going to fill these buckets. I'm just going to get 5 buckets of water, put them in there. I might even use the hose because it splashed like that. Yes, so we can go from there. Let me just, before we go, I'll just put a link up on the Facebook page. So for lots of people, I forgot to put the link on the Facebook feed, so we'll just throw that up there really, really quickly. There we go. We go like that. So that's the link to the lease for all the information on the lease. So, okay, so we're done here now. Give me 5 minutes and I'll be back on. Congratulations, Ron. Make sure you contact me after the show, either on the phone number or on the Facebook page or email. Happy days. Right, guys. I don't know what's happening for next week's show. That's for tomorrow or the next day, and we'll get it there. Okay, guys. Stay with us for the live panning, the panning party, and we'll get it going. Hey, thanks very much, guys.